Jai, a second-year computer science student at University of Science Malaysia. Coding is fun because it opens up a world of possibilities for you to explore. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a scrolling background animation in Scratch like this. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so this is what you will see when you first get into Scratch. This is the stage area, and this is the area where you will put in your codes of blocks. So the first thing we need to do today is to choose a character. Okay, so I will remove this one first and click on this button and you will see a lot of characters here. And today I'll be using this cute dinosaur here, okay? And then the second thing we need to do is to create a background because the background provided in Scratch can't move, and today we want it to move so that we can create the scrolling background animation. So what we need to do is to hover over this button, and then we find this paint here. Okay, click on it and you can see this is where you can draw your background. Okay, so one important thing to take note of is to make sure this edge of the background and this edge of the background must be the same so that the transition would be smooth. Okay, the easy way to do this is to draw two rectangles. So one rectangle to be the sky, yes, okay, and another rectangle to be the ground. And then we can also add in some other elements. For example, I will add in a cloud here. So we can draw clouds by drawing three circles like this and put them together. Okay, so we have a cloud here. So we have done drawing our background and now we can go back to the coding space. Okay, so now we can see that our dinosaur is missing because it is actually behind this background. Okay, so what we can do is to go to this look and search for this go to button. Go to front layer and we can change it to the back layer. Okay, so now the dinosaur is in front of the background. Okay, so let's start to make the background move. So to make the background move horizontally, we are actually changing the X value. Okay, so first let's make the background in the middle of the stage by making it 0, the X and Y value to 0. And we can also add this when green flag is clicked so that we can control when we want it to move. Okay, so now let's start to make it move. So like I mentioned just now, we can make it move by changing the value of X. So find this button, this block here, under motion, and we can see how it works first. Okay, so by clicking it, you can see it is slowly moving to the right side of the stage. But I want it to move to the left side so that it looks like the dinosaur is moving forward. So how to do this is to make it a negative value. So I will put -10 here. Okay, so let's see how it works. Okay, so now you can see the dinosaur is actually moving forward like this. Okay, so to make it move by itself without clicking like this, we can use a loop, this forever loop here and put in change X by -10. Okay, so let's see how it works. Okay, so it is actually moving by itself, but we can see that it is now stuck at this side of the stage. So if it gets to this side of the stage, I want it to move all the way back to this side and restart at this side. Okay, so how to do this? Okay, let me show you. So we can see that the X value here is -467. When it reaches this value, we need to build a block to make sure it restarts at the other side. Okay, so we can actually use this if and then there's a condition, then what should we do? Okay, so the condition here will be when the X position, and then we can find the smaller than operation here, smaller than, put in the X value, and then the value here is -467, and make it -466 lah. Okay, and put it inside, and then what we need to do is to go to the other side. So now it is a negative value, we would need to change it to a positive value. So 465, okay, and put into the loops. Okay, so let's see whether it works. Okay, so it's actually working, but you will realize there's an empty space here. Okay, so to fill in this empty space, we will need to create a copy of the background to fill in this space. So what we can do is to right click on this sprite and click duplicate. Okay, so now we have two backgrounds here. and let's see what will it looks like. Okay, so it actually looks same as just now because the two background has the same code. Okay, so we need to change the code of the second background by making it start at the right side of the screen. So we can put in 465. Okay, and let's see. Now it is actually moving continuously. Okay, and this is actually a complete scrolling animation. But just to make it more interesting, here is a few tips. Okay, so we can actually switch the screen to make it like changing the scene to make it more interesting. So how to do this is to go to the costume and then click on duplicate. So we have two costumes here. So for this one, maybe we can add some other elements to make it more interesting. For example, I will add a rock here and another one. So this is the second costume of this sprite. And for the first one, I think we can also add in some funs by drawing some circles here, put them together. Okay, so in order to make it change the costume, we need to go to this loop and find this word, next costume, and put it here. Okay, so let's see how it works. Okay, so first you see the pun, and then you see the rock, and then you see the pun again. Okay, so this is a tips to make it more interesting. And then we can also we can also make the dinosaur move by changing the dinosaur's costume. Okay, so as you can see here, the dinosaur already have a few costumes, so we will just be using this costume. Okay, um, what we are going to do is to also click on the green flag to control it, and then the loops so that it can change it itself, and the costume, next costume. And to avoid it for changing too fast, we can make it wait for 1 second, but I will just put 0.5 here to make it a bit faster. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so the dinosaur is actually moving and the background is scrolling. Alright, so this is the end of our tutorial video, and I hope you learned something new and able to create your own scrolling background animation. I'm a code sister. Come and join the fun and code with me. Bye!